It's not often that a character can go from so polarizing to so beloved, but Capcom has shown what a good reworking of a character can do. Today I thought it'd be fun to take a closer look at the girl who Leon saved in Resident Evil 4. I will be including the original game and the remake on this list, but I'm sure it'll be obvious from the footage which one I'm talking about. And with that, from amber eyes to mouse ears, here are 25 facts about Ashley Graham. Ashley is the daughter of President Graham, who served in office from 2001 to 2009. It's worth noting this is not the same president who zombifies in Resident Evil 6, as that game takes place in 2012.
Spoiler, I haven't played that game yet.
Ashley was originally going to be a second main character, as typical with many previous games in the series. This was back when the early builds were being shown at E3, and she was simply known as Girl. The castle build of the game was immediately abandoned when Shinji Mikami took over the project, but the script that would have starred Ashley's segment of the game was donated to a new dev team and became the base for the game Haunting Ground. A photo of Ashley is briefly seen in the animated series Infinite Darkness. In the church, near where you first meet her, you can find Ashley's cell phone, which is a flip phone based on the Motorola Razr and has stickers showing that she was in a sorority. In the original game, Ashley was voiced by Carolyn Lawrence, who you may recognize as the voice of Cindy Vortex in Jimmy Neutron, and most famously the voice of Sandy Cheeks in SpongeBob.
Leon! SpongeBob!
Ashley unfortunately has gained a very negative reputation among gamers and critics alike, but with the release of Resident Evil 4 Remake has seemingly redeemed herself as a character, being almost universally praised in the new game. Ashley's original model was much more modest, wearing a coat, scarf, thick leggings, and what appears to be snow boots. When you have Ashley holding up a bridge in the sewers area, if you lure a regenerator to the bridge, she will dispose of him for you.
Oh.
How do you like this?
To promote the Wii version of Resident Evil 4, a commercial was shot that features the face models for both Leon and Ashley playing the game, only to be attacked by Ganados, and she is carried away just like her character gets carried away in the game.
That's cool. I didn't see this.
The infamous line,
I see that the president's equipped his daughter with ballistics too.
How rude! And I don't
was a lot more direct in the Japanese version.
For the president's daughter, you've got huge boobs.
Thanks to Raccoon City Cinema for that one. Be sure to check out his videos on the complete translation of the Japanese version of the game. Ashley had multiple outfits to unlock alongside Leon, but the one that stands out is putting her in a suit of armor. This was a unique costume as it essentially made her invincible. It was also carried over to the remake along with its benefits.
That's cool.
Only in the expanded Treasures DLC, some of the treasures contain accessories for Ashley, including glasses and new hair colors that she can equip.
That's cool.
One of the most useful charms you can get is Ashley's Charm, which gives the perk of green herbs healing an extra 50%. This is a rare charm and only applies to using green herbs by themselves and not mixed. In Resident Evil 4 VR, if the player attempts to touch Ashley in any way, their hands will disappear.
I saw that.
When they revamped her character for the remake, one of the main focuses was to keep her by Leon's side. This is why Ashley is rarely able to hide or be told to wait like she was in the original. It was unused in the game, but Ashley actually had programming and animations to ride in the boat with Leon in the original Resident Evil 4.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Also in the original, Ashley's eyes were a very light shade of amber, almost yellow, which is one of the rarest eye colors in the world. In the remake, her eyes are now green. There is a hilarious glitch where sometimes Leon will carry Ashley less like a person and more like a suitcase. Exclusive to the Japanese version, you could play Ashley's section of the game in fixed camera mode, just like classic Resident Evil.
That's cool.
The fandom has developed a meme persona of Ashley, depicting her as either a mouse or with mouse ears, complete with the name Moushly.
Why?
This meme gained further traction after it was recognized by Capcom, with the official Resident Evil Twitter account tweeting emojis of a mouse and cheese in response.
That's funny.
I'm pretty much a master of unlocking.
Ashley announces that she's the master of unlocking, which of course is a reference to Jill in the first game.
Here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
There was a glitch in the original GameCube version of the game that enabled Ashley to suplex enemies occasionally. This was removed in later releases.
Oh. Yeah.
In the scene where Ashley is being controlled and is about to shoot Leon, there's a subtle but important detail. The reason Ashley doesn't shoot Leon is because she's fighting so hard not to fire the gun that in doing so she holds it incorrectly and causes the gun to jam, saving his life in the process.
That's cool.
In the original game, looking up Ashley's skirt, intentional or not, would result in Ashley calling Leon a pervert.
Oh, you pervert! Oh, you pervert!
In the remake, there is a modified version where Ashley will slightly cover herself while glaring at the camera, or more specifically, glaring at the player.
That is funny. Oh my gosh. So I didn't know anything about the whole mouse and cheese thing. I feel like I've heard that somewhere, but I didn't know for sure. But that is so funny. I didn't know a lot of those. I knew about a picture for it being seen in the Infinite Darkness series. I watched that and I was like, oh hey, you know, that is her. I watched it before I played Resident Evil 4 Remake or 4, but I knew of her, you know, and knew that you had to go save the president's daughter and all that. I knew who she was because I've been online, you know, and all this stuff. So I knew who she was. So I knew who she was when I saw those pictures. But that was really cool. I really enjoyed this. I didn't know that those charms that you get, I didn't know that you could attach them to your briefcase or whatever, and it would help you. I think I got one charm in my entire playthrough of 4 original, and I was like, oh, it's just a little charm thing that, you know, you can put on your gun or something, but I didn't know it would actually help you, or else I would have put it on and tried to find more. I didn't know that. But all of this was really interesting, and it makes sense that they changed it to where she can't do that little move of her, like, flipping a person back and then her, like, then getting up, you know, like that, because that is more Leon than it is of her, because, like, I can see her maybe fighting in an attempt to stay alive. The way that they did that move, it was more of, oh, I've had years of military training behind me, so I can do this. It's more Leon's speed than it is of hers. I wish in her playthrough, in her chapter that you play as her, I wish that they would have her fight in any way, shape, or form, because I hated having to kind of run around, basically. That was very difficult, and especially in the VR version, that was very hard to just have to run around and stuff and not being able to fight.